What's going on, YouTube? R to the double E dash of the ZON coming at you once again. You got to forgive the voice, a little hoarse. This past weekend I was out of town. I was in Orlando with my beautiful girlfriend and her family, and both my girlfriend and her daughter were a little under the weather. And I guess I must have caught that because I got the same symptoms: nasty cough, headache, sore throat, stuff like that. I'm getting over it now. I had to stay home from work today because in the morning when I woke up, I was in no shape to go anywhere. So called in sick, and now it's about 1 o'clock in the afternoon. I feel a little bit better. Went out, got myself some food, got some stuff in the system. But that be that as it may, I want to make another video coming at y'all talking about the Nintendo Switch. More of the hype as we get closer and closer to launch, baby. Matter of fact, I'm gonna give my little sister another $50 today to put down and pay that total down so that by the time the Switch launches, it's paid off. I got my pre-order, like I said, my red and blue, neon red, neon blue Joy-Con bundle, ready to go. And man, I'm just hyped, man. Of course, Breath of the Wild is already pre-bought, and I wanted launch day to take off with about 2 or 3 games right off the bat. That's what I wanted to talk about. This ever-growing concern over the launch lineup. Oh man, sorry. Right now it's up to, I believe, 7 games at launch. Two or three new ones just got confirmed. I Am Setsuna, I think it is one of them. And I forgot what the other one was. I know World of Goo and some of these indie games got confirmed to be launching. But really, for me, it's Breath of the Wild first and foremost. That's more than enough. And I'm looking at Super Bomberman R. Those are the games that I definitely want at launch for me, myself, and I. And I'm very, very interested in Ultra Street Fighter 2, but I don't think Capcom's releasing it as a launch title. I hope they do, but I haven't heard any confirmation of that thus far. That would definitely be a day one pickup for me. But yeah, man, I'm just hyped about the console in general, man. The potential, as I've said before, for just everything, man. I feel like this is the one Nintendo console that how can I say it? And like they said in their presentation, has the DNA of all their previous consoles. And I remember when the Wii U was launching, and when in the early days of the Wii U, after it launched, and I had it, I would look at it and I would say like the gamepad was like a mixed mash of all the previous Nintendo controllers throughout the generations, and I still feel that way. When you look at the Nintendo Wii U gamepad, you have the touchscreen. There's your DS. You have the camera, also from the DS. You have your analog joysticks, N64, GameCube. You have your shoulder bumpers, Super Nintendo, your D-pad, Super Nintendo, NES. You had your stylus, also from the DS side of things. And you had the motion, the gyroscope inside from your Wii U. I mean, it was just a mix mash of everything Nintendo had ever done as far as a controller. Well, I feel like the Switch is that as far as the overall console. And as I've said before, I've been on record saying I think the Wii U, part of the reason that the Wii U failed, aside from Nintendo not really marketing it correctly and clearly, and a third party abandoning it as such, was because it was the testing grounds for what the Switch is now. For what we're getting in the Switch, the Wii U was like the beta, basically. It was where they were testing the waters. The gamepad. I remember when we first were introduced to the gamepad, we all had the idea that, as far as Nintendo fans, we had the idea that we'll be able to take that gamepad with us on the go or outside or whatever. And it was a real disappointment to us when we found out we can't step more than like 12 feet away from the console with that. So I believe that things like that were their testing grounds for trying to get something like the Switch together. And now we got the Switch, and now we will have it in about a month. And it's just awesome, dude. I can't wait. Like I said, man, Legend of Zelda, man. The more and more I see of that trailer, I've watched that trailer a million times. The 2017 Switch presentation trailer for Breath of the Wild. My goodness, man. I mean, here's the thing that I laugh. You know what I'm saying? When I hear people, oh, well, it's underpowered. It's not as powerful as the Xbox One or PS4. Doesn't need to be, man. Look at Breath of the Wild. Breath of the Wild as a whole looks, in my opinion, looks better than anything that PS4 or Xbox One has in its library currently or that's coming out that we know about. That's just my opinion. Someone else can think, Horizon Zero Dawn looks better. And we're all entitled to our opinions. But what you're not entitled to do is deny the fact that looking at a game like Breath of the Wild, and that artistic style and that graphical look and that openness, you can't sit there and say the Switch is underpowered. Now, it may not be as powerful as the Xbox One or the PS4, but damn it, look at Breath of the Wild, man. I mean, it's powerful enough, man. So I laugh because I look at that and I'm like, games like Breath of the Wild, with that openness, that large of a world, and that graphical look that it has, and how smooth it is, that's all the power you need to be able to run a game like that and run it successfully. That's all you need. So, I mean, like I said, I keep watching the trailer. One complaint I have about Breath of the Wild. Now, I heard confirmation that they are allowing us in the options menu, I guess, to select what kind of voice acting we want for the game. If we want to keep it in Japanese, if we want to do English, Spanish, whatever. If that is indeed true, that is awesome, because I will play this game with Japanese voice acting and English subtitles. I have to. I'm sorry. I'm not one of those dudes that likes to play games with Japanese voices and all that. But here's the thing. When I watched the trailer, the original trailer, when they did the launch the 2017 presentation, reveal trailer, the new trailer, where they showed the release date, it was in Japanese. And I'm not ashamed to tell you that because of one key moment in the trailer is the reason why I will be playing this game, if given the option, with Japanese voice acting. The moment when Zelda cries and throws herself into Link's arms. That was the pivotal, dramatic, tear-jerking moment in that trailer. And when I watched the English version, they completely neutered that moment. The English voice acting, instead of this loud, ear-piercing scream of pain that she had in the Japanese trailer, it's this little whimper. You know, it's a little and like, what the fuck? That took away all the passion and the magic of that moment, man. And to tell you the truth, I really did not care for the English voice acting overall. I like Zelda's voice in the English version, but the way she talks, it just sounds so mechanical. I don't like it. It's not dramatic. It's not convincing. And the Deku Tree sounds horrible, or who we assume is the Deku Tree sounds horrible in English. So I will be playing this game. Hopefully, if they have the option, like they've been saying they do, I will be switching that motherfucker to Japanese. I don't care. I'll read the text and just hear the Japanese voice acting and play through the game like that. I'm sure I'll play through it in English after I beat it the first time, but I mean that's just real disappointing for me. I heard the you can go on YouTube right now and look up the trailer in all different languages, and I shit you not, English got the absolute worst voice acting. Like, it was just like, this is horrendous. Spanish was awesome, and I'm Latin, so I heard it in Spanish and I was like, yo, this is awesome. Japanese was just the original, man. That cry, man, that scream that she had. I was just like, oh, that's perfect. I heard everything in French. I've heard it in all the different languages, and I shit you not, English got the worst treatment. So I'm just like, ugh, I'm not playing it in English. So there's that. I wanted to talk about that. Well, man, I can't wait for this console, man, and I can't wait to see how Nintendo spreads their first-party games out, because like Nintendo's, let's be real, we buy Nintendo consoles first and foremost for the Nintendo games. Now, I want to see third-party support, and I want to see third parties flourish on the Switch. But chances are, we're going to get some third-party support, not just an overwhelming amount, but some. Hopefully, it's good enough. I'm talking about like GameCube level third-party support. I will be thrilled with that, and hopefully they do good. But you can't have too many first-party IPs out at the same time, releasing at the same time, because they'll demolish all other game sales. So I'm very anxious to see, after I get Breath of the Wild, a month later is Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. That's for sure, dude. That is. Shit, I might go play some Mario Kart 8 now, where I have the Wii U at my mom's house. So when I pick up the kids later on, I'm just dying for the Switch, man. So I'll probably just jump into Wii U right now and just ride that out until March. But oh yeah, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is the very next month, and then about a month or so later, you know, when you get close to the summer, you got Splatoon 2, which is just fucking crazy. And then, you know, that holiday season, you got Super Mario Odyssey, which is just, that's the flagship game for me, man. Zelda is Zelda. Zelda is the fucking pinnacle of it all, but Zelda, being in a launch position as a launch title day one, is now in the role of the system seller. Now, that's what this was for. That's why this is brought to launch. Now, because of that, where that's typically Super Mario's job, now Super Mario Odyssey becomes like the flagship title of this year. You know what I'm saying? We're waiting for it in the holiday season. And it's funny because I hear so many people out there saying, "Oh, Super Mario can't sell a system anymore the way he used to. I've lost interest. I mean, it's cool. Yeah, I'll pick it up. I'll play it, but it's whatever." How much you want to make a bet that Super Mario Odyssey just completely fucking dominates when it drops? How much you want to make a bet that it gets 10 out of 10s across the board in all review sites and has all these older dudes that were too grown for Mario on stupid ass sites like IGN and all over the place, has those dudes turning around gushing when they write about it? Oh my god, it was so amazing, the controls are great, and it was just an amazing game. How much you want to make a bet that happens? I love the way people are sleeping on Mario now just because he's been around for so long. He still has the potential to move millions and millions of systems. And I think we're going to see that with Super Mario Odyssey. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's that. I mean, because truth be told, Super Mario 3D World was a phenomenal game, but it didn't impact the way a Mario Galaxy or a Mario Sunshine or 64 did. And that is what Super Mario Odyssey aims to do. It aims to basically bring us that open world Mario sandbox experience that we loved from the N64 going forward. 3D World kind of took a departure from that. It wasn't a bad departure. It was great. It was a great game. I still think it's one of the best games on Wii U, hands down. And one of the best games of this past generation. But it just didn't have that oomph that you have from a big-time open-world Mario. So Mario Odyssey is just going to be ridiculous, man. And I really want to see what third-party exclusives the Switch gets. You know what I'm saying? Because, like, the Wii U had no third-party support at all. But when it did, a little bit sprinkled here and there, we had some pretty amazing third-party exclusives, man. Like, off the top of my head, you know, Bayonetta. Bayonetta 2 was just ridiculous. Wonderful 101. Both from Platinum Games. Lego City Undercover was another one. Zombie U. Until they fucking made the most inferior, neutered version of that game, Zombie, for PS4 and PS3 and 360 or whatever it was, garbage. That game was meant to be played with the gamepad, and Ubisoft knows it. But, you know, Zombie U was an amazing third-party exclusive. Bayonetta 2, wonderful 101. I'm just going off the top of my head. I don't have notes in front of me. Xenoblade Chronicles X. You know, like, I want to see what third-party support we have, you know, in the multi-plat realm and all that, which would be great. But I want to see the third-party exclusives. What are we going to get? You know what I'm saying? What are we getting from Retro? You know, I know Retro's not really considered third-party. Retro's owned by Nintendo. But I just thought about them right now. We haven't seen what Retro's working on. I would love it if Retro... Don't get me wrong. I want a new Metroid. And I know it's going to happen. But whether it's Retro or not remains to be seen. But I want to see Retro working on a 3D Donkey Kong. I love the Donkey Kong Country Returns series. Donkey Kong Country Returns, Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze, one of the most fucking amazing games of this past generation. But I want to see a return to a Donkey Kong 64 type of game. In 3D, in HD, with today's technology, and I would love to see Retro doing that. So that would be cool. And I'm going to tell you straight up, man, I really want to see if that rumored Diddy Kong Racing 2 that we thought was coming out on the Wii U, if that rumor is actually reality and it's coming out on the Switch. That'd be awesome. But anyways, man, that's pretty much my time. I just wanted to get on here, you know, chop it up a little bit with you guys about the Switch. I can't wait, man. I can't wait. Man, look. This is my receipt for the Switch, alright? I still carry this motherfucker around with me in the wallet. I know I don't need it. I know it's under my account or my sister's account or whatever. But I just, seeing this every day when I open up my wallet, I'm just like, oh, we're getting closer, baby. A brand new console launch. As I said in my previous videos, this is what we live for, man, as gamers and as people who love and follow this industry. This is Christmas. This is the Super Bowl. This is the NBA Finals Game 7. This is what this is for us, man. Hype, man. God bless y'all. Stay gaming. Peace.